Yes, much love and greetings to the people as usual. Checking in. It's been a while since we were checking and clocking on the YouTube clock and continue doing some video. But World Cup fever is on. You understand? World Cup fever is on. But I'm going to talk about two players. You see them on the thumbnail at this moment. These two players are from the same agency, international dimension as well. So big up the international dimension as well, to keep in the reggaeboyz players, floating around, getting contracts and stuff like that. But guess what now? I want to talk about Shaman Nicholson and Ronaldo Webster. Ronaldo Webster getting his big money move from North Macedonia to Romanian football. I heard, a few people that I talk to on a daily basis about football and about Jamaican football kind of criticize the move. I'm going to get into that talking point as well. People, where is Shaman Nicholson? When last Shaman Nicholson score a goal? I want you guys to drop whatever you want to comment on about the video of what is going on with Shaman Nicholson. And also, how would you grade Ronaldo Webster transfer from 1 out of 10? How much are you in favor of it's a very good move or a decent move, or you hitting against the move of not being that move he should have made in his career? He doesn't need that step at this moment. Whether you think it's a forward move or it's a backward move or it's a move where the player just stagnant, his career probably just stall at this club. Let me know in the comment section. But I want to talk about Shaman Nicholson. But before I go into Shaman Nicholson, international dimension, the famous agency that have a lot of the reggaeboy players, really appreciate the service, you have been doing, the people behind that agency as well, getting the players out there. But we want to see some big move. Yeah, we want to see some big move, getting the players, getting looks into the bigger market in Europe. Yeah, we're waiting on some more consistency in that. Waiting for more consistency regarding waiting for more consistency with some more players getting pushing out there in an ecosystem on the bigger European markets. You get what I'm saying? We're seeing what you guys have been doing. We've been tracking, the track record of the Jamaican players moving around and there. So now man can be getting to Denmark, and from Denmark to Japan, it's arguably that's a move that a player really don't want to make at his age in his career. But we understand, say at any given time, things can happen in the player career, and the player going to need a level of financially stable income as well. So we know the whole dynamics around it as well. But I love to see a few reggaeboy players getting more of the push consistently in the big European markets. But we're going to talk about Shaman Nicholson. Yeah, we're going to talk about Shaman Nicholson because the big BOZA thing, I don't know if I can say big BOZA anymore because he's not acting like he's a goal machine at this moment. Since the player moved from Club Tijuana, to Bulgaria football, he's yet to find the onion bag. I think Shaman Nicholson only get like 1 assist. Played like 11 games in the league and around 3 games in the cup. And BOZA is yet to get off the mark. This same team, in Bulgaria, I don't know if I can pronounce them name, and I'm going to leave it. The team that he's playing for in Bulgaria, they will be playing in the Champions League qualification round. And it cannot be coincidence. And guess which team they play? CSU, CRAIOVA, the same team that Ronaldo Webster just signed for in Romania. These two teams will come up against each other. I think the 8th of July and the 15th, the 8th of July will be the first leg, and I think the 15th will be the second leg as well. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, BOZA is yet to really convince the people in Bulgaria that he's at that level. And you're thinking of him dropping down to a lower level will also help his career and help him to get back himself on the European market. And if you look at Shaman Nicholson, track record, scoring goals in the last 3-4 seasons. I don't think he reached double figures. I don't think he reached double figures in his last 3 clubs that he played for. And he's a striker. And this is a man that not hitting, not reaching. And this is a man that just around 27, 28. Still a very young man. Still have a lot more years left in his career. And I'm like, I don't know what is happening personally. You know, I try to watch the video clips of his team, you know, week by week, whenever they played. And whenever there is a clip for them, I try to watch it. Whether or not the clips only have probably like a minute or a couple seconds of Shaman Nichols doing something because he didn't start in the game or he start. And I'm like, Shaman Nichols must do better. But I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know what is happening in the player personal life. If there is something out there that we should consider about, because look, we are human beings. We are go through, you know, stressful times, and I'm not sure. So I'm just putting it out there like, what is happening in the player career? What is happening at this moment? You get what I'm saying? I don't like what I'm seeing because he only scored 1 goal. I think 1 or 2 goals in Mexico. The last time Shaman Nicholson, you know, played for Spartak Moscow, he scored 4 goals. I think he scored 4 goals as well in the French Liga for Clermont Foot. But when I look at a man in his first 5 years in Europe after leaving Boystone, playing Slovenia, you know, playing in Belgium, this is a man in his last 5 seasons. No, this is a man in his first 5 seasons in Europe after leaving Boystone, his boyhood club in Trenchtown, right? He scored around 40 goals. He scored around 40 goals in his first 5 seasons in Europe. And that's a very good stats. That's a very good record as well of a young man. First time coming up, you know, coming into Europe, into Slovenia. Cold part in Europe. It's very difficult to get climatized to the weather. And then you move to Belgium. Again, that would be a massive step up for him. And he continues to, you know, to score goals. But for Spartak Moscow, started out well and then tail off like that. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to talk to you like, what is really going on? This is a man that is the leading goal scorer in the modern era of the Reggae Boy team, who currently playing at this moment for the national team. Let's leave it like that. Let's leave it like that. You know, I'm leaving it in the comment section for you guys to really to get the debate going. But his club will be playing in the UEFA Champions League early qualification round versus Ronaldo Webster team, the 8th of July to the 15th with the second leg. You get what I'm saying? So leave it like that. Let's see what will happen, you know, with Shaman Nichols. Oh, you know, he will close out the season with this club. I don't know, man. It's a very horrific show, you know, on the player side of looking at his stats. It's very ugly. And I think he started like 50% of the games he played in the league. It's very ugly. It's very ugly. It's not looking good. And I don't know where he will go from here after such a horrific show in Bulgaria. You thinking BOZA should be scoring goals at that level? It's not that top level. It's not that top level in Europe. It's a very below mid-tier level in Europe, and you cannot get off the mark. And it's like Shaman Nichols, he's not getting the game time. He's getting the game times. Anyways, leave it, and we will talk about Ronaldo Webster. So Ronaldo Webster, you know, new club, CSC, you know, CRAIOVA, a team that just won the championship in Romanian football. It's one of the big clubs, but it's not the big club. You know, when you talk about big club, you have Steaua Bucharest, you know, a team that have very good history in Europe, where I think in 1986 they beat Barcelona in one of those European finals. So, and then you have Cluj as well. You know, you have a few Bucharest team in Romanian football, but they are one of the big team, you know, look. But when you talk about championship, they're nowhere near the best team in Romanian football. But if you look at the trajectory of this club signing players over the last 5 years, it's getting better. And they're spending more and more money. You get what I'm saying? They're spending more and more money. And I think over the last seasons or so, or even current, they're spending money on players to come and play for their club. They're buying players for 7-digit figures, and Ronaldo Webster fee is in the top 5 of the most expensive player that they would have signed in the last 5 years. He's in the top 5. So a lot of people probably criticizing as well and saying that the move is not a good move. Should have gone to a better league, to a better club. We understand the whole metric around Romanian football and stuff like that, but you look at his age, he's 24, it's step by step, and it's a step forward from North Macedonia to Romania. It's step by step, and you look at the clubs that compete in UEFA competition in the last 5 years, 6 years post-COVID. It's only 3 clubs. Steaua Bucharest, and also that Steaua Bucharest is FCSB, that's the name of the team, and also Cluj, and also the team that he's signing for. Those 3 clubs would have been the only 3 clubs that would have competed in UEFA final group stage games to the final round. So the group stage or the league phase. And his team played in the Conference League last campaign, and they managed to win around 3 games. They won something like, won around 3 games. So it's a very decent club, but it's a club more on the up. Yeah, it's a club more on the up. And when you look at the club history of modern era of CRAIOVA since 2017, 17-18, they in the UEFA. This is the UEFA Europa League early qualification round. So they will be in the 3rd round. They got knocked out. The next season after that, 18-19 3rd round, 19-20 3rd round, 20-21 campaign early qualification in the Europa League first qualifying round, and then the Conference League now 2021 second qualifying round, they get knocked out. This is a UEFA Conference League 2021-22. This got knocked out in the second qualifying round. 22-23 reach playoff round. 24-25 second qualifying round, and also 25-26 they managed to get into the league phase of the UEFA Europa Conference League phase. That's where they won 3 games. So I think it's a very good move, and also they signed him for what, 400,000 euros for a left back coming from North Macedonia. That's very big. That's very good move, for him as well. I'm looking at it where all of these stats of the club since 2017 until now, how much they compete in UEFA early qualification, and whether it's a Europa League or the Conference League. It's Ronaldo Webster just need to continue to do the right thing, and that move will come. His name is out there already. He performed very much as one of the talisman for Skingia, the team in North Macedonia, in the last UEFA Conference League. So his name is out there. It's just him to go to a better club and to establish himself even into this club he's going to play in Romania. And this is the first time, since the modern era, this club will compete in the Champions League qualification round, and it will come up against Shamar Nicholson team. So you don't need much bigger store than that coming up against one of your international teammate of the national team. You get what I'm saying? So leave it like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about Big BOZA. Yeah, whether we should call him Big BOZA or Little BOZA. Jot down it in the comment section what you think about the player move so far in Bulgarian football, and what you think about Ronaldo Webster move so far. Let me know in the comment section.